Yo, what's happening, y'all? Tune in to today's episode. We got the Dude's Gourmet, Tom from Long Island, New York. He's got his own line of rubs, seasonings. He's a chef. He's an all around solid dude. He's out here doing the Lord's work. Check this episode out. What's good, dude?
What's up, guys? How are you? Thanks for having me on.
Man, we're doing awesome. We're doing awesome. I'm just getting poured up real quick.
Yo,
I
hell
got
yeah,
a
I love
little
that
bit.
shirt, bro.
Do you? Thank you, man. I like your shit too. That shit's hard.
Yo, this is actually it used to be a costume. I was Ace Ventura one year for Halloween.
Welcome to Dude's Gourmet on the big uncle and the nephew. What's happening, my man?
What's
That's
up,
absolutely
bro?
perfect right there.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
That is perfect. All
So
right,
you got
so let's just kind of jump right into this, man. Today, guys, we got the Dude's Gourmet on. He's an awesome dude from the East Coast. He's a chef. He's got his own line of rubs, and they're incredible rubs too, all natural. Some of the best rubs that you can find out there. He's got some incredible talent. He's got some incredible collaboration that he works on, and he's just out there doing his damn thing. How are you doing, brother? Thanks for coming on.
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm just happy to be here, bro. I'm just here to help everybody rub their meat, you know?
That's right. That's right. So tell us a little bit about your background and what got you started in cooking in general.
So I guess it's kind of like in my blood. My dad had a few restaurants when I was growing up, and then I guess it's kind of like addicting the rush of the restaurant business. So people always are just like, you just kind of in your blood, you just stick with it. So then I started cooking, and then like I don't know, one thing led to another, and then this awesome thing called the pandemic happened, and then the dude was out of work, so I just started making these funny online cooking videos, and then that was it, man. Now I'm here hanging out with you, awesome people over here,
That's what's
just like I said,
up.
bro, just happy to be here, man. That's about it, man.
Hell yeah. What do you remember some of your favorite things your pop used to make when you were younger?
So my dad, tell you the truth, bro, one of my favorite things that he used to make, and it's so sad that I say this, is that he used to get like these. Do you guys remember like do you have like a restaurant depots by you, like the
Yeah,
restaurant supply shit?
we sure do.
So when I was younger, they used to have like these pre-breaded chicken cutlets, and I called my dad used to call this like lazy guy chicken parm. So he would grab like those pre-breaded chicken parms and make like chicken parm heroes, and I was like 9. I was like, these are so good. And meanwhile, it's like stuff out of the freezer. I was like, this is the best. It's one of my favorite things that he ever used to make because he had like this spicy marinara sauce. It was so good.
Yeah,
But other
but
than what,
go
did
ahead.
I cut you? What were you saying?
No, I was gonna say that I seen you leveled that up. I saw you making a really nice chicken cutlet recipe on your page not too long ago, as a matter of fact. But I didn't mean to cut you off. Go
Oh
ahead.
no, it's all good. Yo, that's actually tell you the truth. That was like my version of one of the famous dishes by us. There's a restaurant called Rob Keys, and that's like one of the my favorite things that I order when I get there. And I just kind of just made my twist on it. I think really it was kind of identical to what they do, only they use a different breadcrumb mixture. But it was so good. That place is awesome. If you guys are ever on Long Island, definitely hit up Rob Keys.
Hell yeah. I will. I will, man. I think I told you before. My pop was from Long Island. That's where he was born.
Oh,
That's where he grew up. Levittown, Lewittown. Do you know what it is?
Levittown. That's like 4 towns over. I know that place.
Were you born and raised in New York?
Yeah, I was born in like Bayshore, which is like on the kind of like the water area over here, and then I never left. I've always had like plans to get out of New York, but I just feel like I just can't. It's just like everything happens over here. Saying hi to Chef Eric Levine. He's in the comments over there. He's got 317 Main Street. He just got voted best chef in New York. He's got this place called Vico, which is like this awesome Italian place. And then he has like a couple other places also. One of them is it's on the corner. I forgot the name of it. It's like the recovery room, which is like good for like hangovers and breakfasts. And then he's got the bar on the corner. Dude, he's the man. I love that guy.
That does make sense. Being out there in New York, your nightlife is a little bit different than ours. In Cali, everything shuts off 2 o'clock. Everything's done. You guys go till 5. Is that right?
Uh,
5 a.m.
uh, I,
Things shut down.
I, I think it's 4.
4.
But I'm on Long Island. In the city, it's a little different. So, but yeah, it's just it is. It's a different breed out here, man. People are nuts, man. But I'm like old now. I can't hang like that anymore.
Do you travel at all? Have you been able to at least visit some other places?
Yeah, I have friends like all over the place. Haven't been to Cali yet. I have to come out and see you guys. But like Chef Allison Fasano is in Montana. She's awesome. She's got a cool little speakeasy. I gotta go see her. I love
Yeah.
Montana. I really love Florida sometimes, just not like when it's like super humid. But like, I mean, I kind of like being out of the country. I like St. Maarten is like my favorite. place in the world, I think.
Yeah. What do you like
Yeah.
about St. Martin?
So my parents have like a place down there, and we've been going down there for, I don't know, maybe like 10, 11 years. And the people are just super friendly. The food's always good. I did get stuck down there one time when it was kind of rainy, and that was scary. But just because you're stuck on this like, little island. But it's also
Yeah.
cool because it's like two countries in
Correct.
one. Like you have the French side, and then you have the Dutch side, which is like the Dutch side wants to party, and if you want like really good food, you hit the French side.
Yep.
But either way, like it's always just a great time and the people are super friendly. That's like really important to me is like hospitality and like really wanting everybody to have a good experience. I just feel like I can be anywhere as long as I get that cool vibe where people are also down to make sure everybody else is having a good time. I'm cool.
It's a beautiful place, man. It's got the best view I've ever seen in my life. You see the Caribbean Sea on one side and the Atlantic Ocean on the other side. Are you familiar with the area I'm talking about?
Yeah, I believe that's on the Dutch side, right where the ferry ships come in,
Correct.
right? Like the port
Correct.
of the harbor's over here, and then you got like that little janky area where you can go to the right, and it looks like you're going through like almost like the favelas in Brazil, and then you go to the top, and then you have that over there, and then it's like the town where Phillipsburg
Yes,
is.
sir. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Yo, how
beautiful.
awesome is the town of Phillipsburg when there's a couple ships in there? Have you been there when there's like five or six
Oh,
ships in
100%.
town?
Every time we
Bro.
go there, if you think about it, every time we've been there, it's just it's full of tourists. And just like you're talking about the hospitality that you get there, everyone's so happy to see all the tourists coming in because frankly, that's where a lot of the revenue comes from
Yeah.
is tourists, right?
It's a fun town. So sometimes when I go there, like that town of Phillipsburg kind of like shuts down if there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
But like when there's like four or five ships, like when I tell you they like plan events around it because those towns know in advance like what days are gonna have the most ships, and you can really feel like the difference in town. Like I think that town doesn't even open unless there's a ship in harbor. So like Holland House is like one of my favorite restaurants in the world. That's like right on the water over there. They usually have like a DJ when there's a lot of people there. There's also this bar called the Blue Bitch, which like is awesome.
Hell
They
yeah.
got a lot of funny names. I love that place so much. It's great, dude. We gotta go down. We should all go
Bro,
down together.
I'm so down, man. How when you guys go there on like as a family trip or back then when you were younger, would you go week at a time? Is this like a long weekend thing?
So my dad is one of the hardest working gentlemen I think I've ever met in my entire life. So when he goes on vacation, he goes on vacation. So it's like we're not if we're going away, it's not anything less than like 7 to 10
That's
days. So
cool.
it's like big long strips, and by the end of the vacation, everybody in the family's kind of like sick of each other because we're so like close that it's like, all right, cool. Same time next year, you know. I just had a good time. I was down there with only like my dad and some of his friends. We had a great time. It's awesome.
Hell yeah. How old is your pop?
I think my dad is like, I think he's like 70 or 71 now, man, and he still
Is
works
he?
every day.
Will he crack a beer with you and stuff like that?
So yeah, I think he's more when he's drinking beer. I think it's more with food. I think now it's more like the Jameson or like he really likes like red breast or stuff like that now. But
Oh,
he's
okay.
been I don't know. He's not really like a partier, but he definitely like gets loose and has a good time. And I'm usually the tequila kid, so like tequila usually makes me dance and make out with people I shouldn't make out with. So sometimes I gotta be careful when I drink tequila. So
I think everyone's got a story like that.
dude, honestly, me and my dad's one of my best friends. I really can't thank him enough because he really, you know, when I told him I wanted to do the company, he like really supported me as much as he could. And it's funny, I actually live in my grandfather's old house. I bought my grandparents' house. So now when he like comes over, it's I guess like that the same house that he pretty much grew up in, you know, like later in life. And I have the smoking pit in the backyard, and he comes over for dinner, and you can like tell that he's like super happy to be here sometimes, and he just it's great, man. It's really cool to see like the three generations of the house just like all at once. And now my brother's got I got nieces and nephews, so there's four generations that have coming through this house. It's crazy, man. When they come visit, you know, it's cool, man. The little terrors come and run around. They're great kids, man.
What do you like to cook on? What's your favorite type of grill or pit?
That all depends on what I'm cooking. So, like, let's say steaks. I'm a big fan of smoking and then searing. So, I personally, on my smoker, I have a sear plate. So, I like to smoke and then sear steaks. But if I'm cooking like inside, I love cast iron. I really love this pan over here. It's a carbon steel pan from Lodge. It's super thin. It retains really good heat, and it's really good for like breakfast. You guys ever seen one of these? Maiden makes a good one too.
No, Lodge
It's
makes
super.
that?
Yeah, bro. This is Lodge. This is a Restaurant Depot special. $40, bro.
Oh,
Dude,
damn.
cooked on open flames with this, like right camping, bro. This is probably my favorite pan. I'm not gonna lie, but I love a good Blackstone. I don't really mess with the Blackstone pizza oven too much. It's too confusing, and the door's not big enough to get the pizza in.
Yeah.
I always like put it in and end up scraping half the cheese off because it's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not good at pizza, but it is what it is. What about you guys? What's your favorite thing to cook on?
Well, I really like my master builds. The auto ignite that has a sear grate kind of built, or like a sear station built into it. So I've been using that a lot. I'll be able to smoke something on it, and then I'll bump the temperature up, and I can sear right on top of it. But then I really like my griddles. You know,
Hell
griddles come in super
yeah.
handy, especially for big breakfasts. You know,
Yeah,
I always when I do breakfast, I got 4 people in my family at home, but I cook for like 15. I can't do any less. I don't know why. So the griddles come in helpful,
dude. There's
and then my
something
pizza
about a
oven.
griddle
I
that
love
you
my
just
own.
want to like load it up, right? When you're cooking, you're just like,
Mm-hmm.
no, I can't use just one half the griddle. I got to use the whole fucking griddle.
You got to. Don't want to waste any propane. We need all that. Give it all
Yeah,
the
man.
juice. What about you, Nick?
Oh man, honestly, like you're talking about the griddle, this is my first griddle I've ever had. I got it just over a year ago. So if you had asked me 1 year ago today, I would have said hands down the griddle. It was all new territory for me, right? Usually I've just been cooking on Weber grills, Traeger grills, cooking in the kitchen over the stove, but never actually had like a griddle. So that was hands down my favorite thing to cook on. This year, my favorite thing I've been cooking on is my new rig, right? I got that really cool half Santa Maria, half live fire cage. Like, that thing is
Oh,
just too fucking fun. It's playing with fire the whole time. You can do absolutely anything and everything on it. It's really, really hard to beat that. But also, the homie Corey hooked me up. I haven't had a Weber kettle in years, and man, I've been having a ton of fun just throwing it back old school. It's fun. I love cooking on everything. I don't know if you know, Heatstroke over here is the Lord of the za for sure. It's really hard to talk about pizza and not bring up Heatstroke. He makes the best pizza that I've ever had in my life.
I appreciate
oh, hell
you,
yeah.
man. I'm still learning. I'm just learning.
Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate you, though. I
Yo,
appreciate
do you
it.
have like a
I,
you have a good dough recipe, or like what's your dough all about? Because I'm me when I make dough, I'm super like impatient. I don't let it
mm.
rise. I just want to play with the dough right away. I think that's my problem.
Yeah, usually my dough recipes take 2 or 3 days, so they do take some time. That's the best
Yeah.
thing is you got to let it chill in the fridge for a while, and then you get that depth of flavor. And rushing the dough, you're always gonna feel like you're missing a little bit of something if you don't do that.
Bro,
But
that's got to be the New York in me, bro. I'm like ready. I want to make it now. I want to make it now. You guys are like cool and relaxed in Cali, like Cali time was like, yeah, bro, we'll make it. We'll chill and we'll eat this in 2 days. Me, bro, I want to eat that shit in 20 minutes.
well, you can go get some of the best slices in the world when you walk outside. You know what I mean? So I got to work on making that out here. You
That
know, I
is
have to
true.
drive. I have to drive a few cities over to get the best pizza out here. So I don't have that luxury.
Well, you might have to hop on a plane and come to the East Coast for some good pizza, bro.
New York, my entire life has been like my number one destination I want to go to. Like just to go and see the places I've seen in music or seen in music, seen in movies and heard in music. And I want to do a pizza tour. I want to go and do
Oh,
as much pizza as I can, do a full Dave Portnoy, go to all the pizza places I possibly can in a single day, no matter how disgusting I feel about myself, and just go and enjoy it. Like that would be, you guys are talking about going on these cruises and stuff. I just want to eat pizza in a little hole in the wall type pizza place, walking down the street type stuff. Like that's my alley, you know.
yeah, bro. I definitely feel that, dude. I would love to do like a barbecue tour of like Texas. That'd be great.
Yeah. My wife and I, we went out to New York. We stayed out there for a week. We toured around. We didn't have much money, so it was a lot of pizza. We basically did a preemptive pizza tour without realizing that's what we were going to do. I remember my grandpa told me, he's like, son, when you go out there, you got to go to Cat's Deli. You got to get you the pastrami. We spent all day kind of just walking throughout the city, eventually making our way to Cat's Deli. Sandwiches were 13 bucks a sandwich. We looked at each other when we got there. We're like, fuck this. We went next door and got some pizza. What do you think? Have you been to Cat's?
To tell you the truth, like I'm not really a big fan of waiting in line for a sandwich. I feel like all the bodegas make a pretty good sandwich. Katz is known for that giant pastrami sandwich, which is
Yep.
cool. That pastrami sandwich that was 13 back then is probably like 28 now.
Yeah.
But like I kind of feel like that's like their gimmick.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, there's so much good food in New York. Like one of my favorite spots ever is Chelsea Market. You guys ever been to there? You know what goes on at Chelsea Market?
I may have, but I don't recall. I don't recall. Go ahead, tell us.
So Chelsea Market is like right off Hudson Avenue, Hudson Street, and it's basically like a flea market of all the best stuff you can find in New York, and it's open late. So if you want
Oh,
like the best tacos, you can go to one booth. You want like the best oysters, there's an oyster bar in there. You want the best pasta, there's like a homemade pasta bar in the bottom. There's this place called the Lobster Shop, which literally imports the best fish around, and you have like 9 or 10 sushi chefs that are making like crazy rice down there, and they are literally are gonna cut the fish like in front of you. You're not getting better fish than that. It's a really cool thing. I honestly think that's probably like the number one date spot where I would bring a chick, because it would like I would really find out a lot about her fast if like if she was a picky eater, if we are gonna vibe well. I would be like, hey, yo, listen, let's just go hang out here, and I want you to pick, and then there's so much things going on there. There's like a great gluten-free baker that I was like, this is gluten-free and it's still this delicious. That's crazy. There's homemade ice cream. There's literally everything that you can think of. There's an awesome smallware shop in there that has like all stuff like this, that kitchenwares and stuff like that. There's a knife guy in there. It's
oh,
just a
sick.
yeah, it's like a great. It's awesome. It's probably my favorite place to go in the city. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, I remember when my nephew was born. I took my mom there, and my mom is awesome, okay? But my mom hates New York City traffic, hates it. And she was like, let's walk. I'm like, Mom, we're not walking. It's like a mile and a half away. She goes, oh, that's not that far. But like, meanwhile, in like New York, like a mile and a half, sometimes if like on one side, it's going to take you forever, and it's like annoying. So we hop in a taxi. It took us like, it was like a 20-minute taxi ride for like to go like a mile and a half or 2 miles, and she was complaining the whole time. Like my mom just love her to death, but literally bitching since we get into the car until we get there. She's like, I don't know why you have to. I didn't know why we had to go here. Blah 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 blah. And she still talks about it to this day that it was one of her favorite trips ever, because she did no idea what went on in there. And like we hit the taco spot, we hit the sushi spot, we hit like this little arts and crafts spot, and it was a good memory that I feel like she's gonna tell everybody about. So it's cool. Like I was like, all right, Mom, just relax. We're doing this no matter what. We're already here, and she loved it. So
You brought up bringing chicks out there, so you're a single guy, right?
yeah, I'm single.
Okay.
It's tough out here in the
It's
streets.
complicated, huh?
You know what I did learn though? I learned over the last 6 months that I will never date a girl from Massapequa, Long Island ever again. So you guys,
Tell us about this crazy broad.
okay? So I'm not gonna say just I'm not gonna single this one out individually, all right? But
No, there
every
was several.
horrible.
You're talking about several all together combined in one.
So the last one that I spent a little bit of time with, yes, it was every horrible, stereotypical bad thing about Long Island, all in one girl. So that was my last straw for Massapequa. I'm sorry if you guys are from Massapequa out here listening to this, but like, no, the dude in Massapequa, we don't get along anymore. That's it. It's not happening. I'm good
So
on
my pop used
Massapequa.
to tell me that Long Island was like considered like the armpit of New York. Is that how it is?
I don't think that because I'm from Long Island,
Yeah.
but my brother's wife is from Westchester County, and she would always joke around like, I don't want to live on Long Island. Like she would always say that, but she's here now, and we love her for it. She's great now, so now she's from Long Island. But I think I do think that like some of the more affluent areas, like right north of the city, like Westchester County, maybe some of them think like that. But there's also some really beautiful areas on Long Island. But there's also some really shit areas on Long Island. So I can understand where he's saying that, but I don't think it's viewed like that anymore. I don't think it is.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still some places on Long Island where I feel like you need to be strapped to go through, but I mean, it's not like that anymore. But I love all New Yorkers, but those people think it's scary.
We know you're into cooking. You're an amazing chef. You got a dope line of seasonings that everyone should go check out. It's at dudesgourmet.com. All natural seasonings. Like you say, life's too short to be under seasoned. But what else are you into? Were you a skateboarder growing up? Were you a rollerblader, BMXer?
My parents always kept me in. My mom mostly always kept us into like team sports. So I played football until like I was a freshman in high school, because I stopped growing when I was a freshman in high school. So I'm like literally the same exact size. So I used to be like the biggest kid, and then that was it. Now and then I was like the smallest, and I was like, holy shit, these kids are way bigger than me, and they hit just as hard as me. And then there was that. But I played lacrosse. I played baseball growing up. You mean like hobbies? Like I really, tell you the truth, man.
Yeah.
I really just like spending good quality time with people that I love, and like I met around like I fuck with, you know, like it's hard to
Yeah.
find like a good core group of people that all are like-minded individuals, you know what I mean? I hate saying that, it sounds like cliche. I like spending time with good homies that have like similar vibes, that, you know, are always down to like pretty much see each other like do better, you know? Like when I met you, I was like, dude, I fuck with you, man. Like there's something about the vibe that you put out. I was like, we're gonna be homies. We hopped on that phone call, we sent each other some rubs, and now like we're boys, you know? It's kind of hard to find that as like an adult, like later in life, to really find people that like really have your back and really want to like do the right thing by everybody. I keep my circle kind of closed off, so I really enjoyed the time that I spent with like the right kind of people. Does that make sense, bro?
100%, man. I'm right there with you.
Like
I love seeing people win. I come from pretty humble beginnings.
Yo, me too. And like as far as you go, we're on the same page, bro. We both have like a pretty dope seasoning line. I really like teaching people how to eat better and like cook things. Like that's kind of my thing. Like I joke around, and you know it's all fun and games. But at the end of the day, like, are you learning from me? Yes.
Mhm.
Are you eating better? Yes. Are you not buying that shit that's been on the shelves for 2 years that looks the same 6 years after you buy it? Like I don't want to eat that shit. Do you guys want to eat that shit?
Nah.
So like at the end of the day, like it's kind of like bringing awareness. Yeah, don't get me wrong, Old Bay tastes delicious, but like, what the fuck is in it?
Do you try to keep it to a certain set number of SKUs that you have going at a certain time, or?
I have been really trying hard to keep as many in stock as possible, but I do have some seasonal ones. That being said, like they're ones that we always have are the honey chipotle. The honey chipotle is by far the number one seller. My joke is that it cures hangovers because it does. It's natural honey, sodium. You mix it with scrambled eggs. You're gonna feel better after a good night of drinking. Trust me, I've done it. Okay, I drink tequila. Okay, I like I said, I make out with people I shouldn't make out with on tequila, and then honey chipotle eggs, we're good to go. But like, there's a lot of fun ones. So like, yes and no. I'm trying hard to keep them all in stock, but it's just impossible sometimes. Dude, your rubs are really good, like to have on the shelf, bro. Because people are always like, "Oh, what is this?" I'm like, "Yo, that's my homie from the West Coast. He's doing the same thing as me. His bottles are a little bigger, but he's got similar profiles as me, But dude, you're doing it right, bro. Like I don't really mess with a lot of people in our space. Some of these like Instagram chefs that just happen to like hit it big, and now all of a sudden everybody's got a line out, and it's like that's cool. Like, did you read the ingredients of the shit that you're selling? Like you wouldn't be like hawking that shit to anybody. Like your ingredients are clean, my ingredients are clean, and that's really what I'm here for, man. And it's cool. Like I feel like we're literally the same person, East Coast and West Coast, bro.
There's a lot of fake people out there, but there's also some really, really good down to earth people. And it's good to just sit at that table with these guys and shoot the shit. We can't talk business with everybody. You get a lot of you know what you should do's, but it's nice to hear that you know what you should do's from people that are actually out there applying it themselves too.
Yep.
Um,
One of my biggest pet peeves is unwarranted
oh
advice.
yeah,
Cool, man. Like, that's cool. Thank you for your opinion. I didn't ask you for it. Like, everybody says opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, Like,
yeah,
so it's just like, it's good to hear from, like, you guys. Like, I have some people that, like, I grew up with. They're like, oh, you should do this. You should do that. You should do this. Cool, man. Like, dude, one of you is a lawyer. That's awesome, bro. Like, you've never cooked a day in your life. The other one is, like, a hack chef. Like, couldn't keep a job for like longer than fucking 4 months. Like, why am I listening to you, bro? Like,
yeah.
just save your breath. Like,
I met this guy when we were just out on this last trip last week. He works with the CEO of food operations for Global Disney, right? So he's the guy that determines what's being made, what's being sold in Disney. He owns like 6 of the restaurants within the Orlando airport. He's partnered up with him, and he gave me a piece of business advice I'll never forget. He goes, "You need to make sure that you're the dumbest man in the room. If
yep,
you're the smartest man in the room, you got the wrong circle. You want to be able to absorb info. You want to be able to suck up knowledge. So if the people that are around you are just bringing you down, then those aren't the people that are going to kind of help you get to the next level, which is kind of what you're talking about. Oh, you know what you should do. You'll never hear me talking about, I have the best food. I am the best guy. But you will hear me say, I have the best circle. I got guys like Nick right here. I love hearing from him, from my guys that are in my circle. Hey, you know what you should do? I love hearing their feedback because they look at things from a different perspective. You know what I mean? There's times where I get people that are genuinely looking out for your best interest and have a different approach to things when they're going to give feedback. I'm always down to hear it. I'm just not always going to listen to it. But when it comes from inside of my circle, I always listen and I'll always do my best to implement and make it work to the best of my ability. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
just shout
bro,
out to Heat Stroke over here, my fucking right hand man, my guy,
yeah, bro.
because He's always come up with some good suggestions, which Big Unc and the Nephew was from Nick. This is Nick's brainchild, and this is what he told me that I should do. And I'm glad that he did, because I've been able to connect with people like you on a stronger level. Because you've been fucking asked a million times, and anytime you ever get an opportunity to go on someone's show, they're gonna ask you, "What do you love to cook?
Yeah.
What do you fucking not like to cook? What's your
Yep.
favorite food? Did your grandma teach you how to make that?" I think that's ultimately what people want to know too. They want to know more about you. They want to know more about me than what they see on Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. If you look at my Instagram, man, I'm doing a lot of like shock value stuff now just to get some more eyes on the product. But
Mhm.
you said something that really hit me, man. Like I need to find the better circle because like right now I'm the loud idiot that's like I do have the best stuff because my circle is small. I don't know anybody else that has their own stuff. Maybe I got to come out to California and hang out with you and your boys, but like me, you can hear me at every farmer's market. I'm like, yo, flip flops, you like to eat food? I got the best all natural seasonings around. Bro, I just have a good time, bro. But yeah, I gotta get a better circle, man. It's just,
Kind of like what I said. You won't find me being boisterous and talking and hard pressing and hard selling my stuff. But when I'm at my events and I'm selling Big Unk, you better fucking believe I'm on. I'm
yep.
out there. I'm having a good ass time. I'm calling you over. I'm saying, hey, I see you looking. You better bring your ass over here. Come
You
on
can't
over here.
smile at me and walk away.
Yeah,
Like, all,
exactly.
yep.
I'm the same exact way. So you've inspired me. I want to set up a camera. I want to set up a camera because I feel that's where I'm truly in my element. That's when I'm really having a good time.
All right, so we were at a family gathering. She was not my family. I got to leave that, but we were at a family gathering, and we were at this. We had like this big group of people in Cuba. It was like we were getting my grandparents back to go to Cuba one last time before where they couldn't travel anymore. And I met this girl from Toronto, and it just yeah. And then the pictures the next day just did. There's the saying, you go to bed at 2 with a 10 and wake up at 10 with a 2. That's exactly what happened, and that was it. So that's why I watch Who I Make Out with Tequila. Yeah. And
That's
thanks, Dad, for not stopping me on that one, all right? God damn it.
not only do you need a smaller circle, but you need a better
Well,
wingman.
I mean, I think that we were just on an all you can drink kind of place, and I don't think it's not like I was drinking 1942. I think I was probably crushing like Jose Cuervo and I or something with a worm in it, and she was probably just like, "Oh my God, New York, you got a cute accent." And I was like, "You're cute," and then whatever. Not my
Yep,
finest
that's how it
moment.
goes. You don't have any kids at all, right?
No, I have no kids at all. I'm very single. Girls, if you know anybody that would go for this, I've never been married, never been divorced. I am not in debt at all. I have a great company. I'm not in love with somebody from the past. I have a great relationship with my mom. I like long walks on the beach, and I love puppies. Just saying. This is so cool that we're like on this podcast. I think it's awesome because we're completely on different sides of the world, and like, you know what? It's funny. You guys are getting to know Tom right now, not the dude, which is
Yeah.
fun, bro. But like, I of course I came here on here in character, so it's like, but it's fun, bro. Yo, dude, I have so much fun, and people like when they see me in the streets, they're like, yo, dude," and then I'm always just like pointing at my leg. I'm like, "You want to meet Jeff Bridges?" Because I got Jeff Bridges
Yeah,
tattooed on my leg. So it's like, yeah,
dude, that's brilliant.
yeah. I don't know, man. This is fun, bro.
I think we got a lot of parallels, brother. You and I. I think to myself how cool it is to walk around and have people say, "What's up, Unc?" But you know what? The only thing that I think would be cooler is if people walked around and were like, "You're the dude." You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But it's like really funny though because everybody in New York says dude. So it's like, yo, dude. I'm like, huh? Yo, dude. It's like, I'm like, do they know me? Who are these people?
How long have you gone by the dude, and how did you land on the dude?
So I had the company. It was just Dudes Gourmet, and the plan was that every seasoning was going to be like you hanging out with your dudes. Like instead of like you hanging out with your friends, but like the dudes were the seasonings. All right, so that's it. And then one thing led to another. I love Jeff Bridges. Big Lebowski is one of my favorite movies in the world. So then it got to the point where they were just calling me dude at the farmers markets because that's where they would put my sticker. It would be like dude, and then it just happened to be the dude, and then people started just calling me it, and it just was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm just gonna run with this. And then one thing led to another, and now I got Jeff Bridges tattooed on my leg. I do feel like it was like a natural progression of like Tom becoming the dude. But like again, if you pull back the layers of the dude, you have like a normal person that's like not always yelling and like it's cool, bro. And I really appreciate you guys caring more about Tom than the dude, which is awesome. So I do appreciate you guys bringing Tom out and not just the drunk guy yelling at people, being like, "Hey, you need help rubbing your meat?" Like that's another one of my lines, you know.
Yeah.
That one goes over pretty good at some places, but you got to be careful where you say that. You get some looks around here. Like there's some people that are like, "Oh, you want to? Oh, come on, you can." And I'm like,
Yeah, you say that to the wrong guy, bro. You're gonna need a lot more tequila
I'm gonna need something more than tequila, bro.
for sure. Well, heat stroke. There's a good reason why they call him heat stroke. Go tell that. Why don't you tell that story? It's been a while since you told that story, Nick.
It has been a while. So what had happened is we were at a Raiders game, and Raiders were in Oakland. So keep in mind, in Oakland it doesn't get over 70 degrees, so that shows my bitch ass body. And so
Okay.
we were at a game, and all my friends got pretty wasted. We went and we did some more tailgating after, and as we're packing up, I'm starting not to feel good. Little hot. Didn't drink anywhere near enough water, and I'm still in the best condition out of all my friends to be able to drive at this point in time because I'm not a drinker. So everyone else is wasted, and I'm starting to turn pale, but I'm still gonna drive. And as I'm driving, we start getting on the freeway, and first part of the story is somebody forgot to close the hatchback on the back of the car, and we're getting on the freeway, and all of a sudden I hear my buddy yell, "The Weber, the Weber!" And the Weber is teeter-tottering, about to fall off of the back of the car on the freeway. So we avoid that, and we get back in there, and I'm starting to feel worse and worse. My buddy's looking at me, wasted, might I add, saying, "You don't look very good." My nose starts bleeding.
Oh,
And as my nose starts bleeding, I'm getting a little spinny, but again, I'm still the best person to drive. And I got us to where we needed to go. I got us home, but during the whole drive back, I have a car full of drunk people chanting heat stroke, heat stroke, heat stroke. And it stuck. They brought a chair out to the front yard for me and took care of me and nursed me back to health. But after that, yeah, heat stroke kind of stuck. And if you look in some of my buddies' phones, like that's my name under their contact for me, and it has been for probably 10, 15 years at this point in time. I think I was like 18 when that happened, 34 now, so whatever that is.
bro,
And it stuck.
that's an authentic nickname, bro. You can't make that shit up, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, and the best part is like the fact is like I'm sitting there actively teeter-tottering on death, which is being dramatic, but I'm still the best person to drive out of all my friends are completely wasted. It's a Raiders game. I do have to say, like that tailgating experience. I mean, that's where I learned to barbecue. Like a lot of barbecue I learned today was going to the tailgates and watching my buddy barbecue. Like everyone else was getting wasted partying, and he was like the designated cooker. I'd watch him and help him because getting not a drinker, and that's where I learned. I learned to do a lot of cooking on a Weber. You can do anything on a Weber, like you're talking about your Weber earlier. That's where I really started learning. That's where I started like my real first rack of ribs. I mean, obviously I cooked seared steaks or whatever little stuff before, but that's how it started. And I love Raiders, love the tailgating, but I know it's not the same in Vegas. But I do miss that for sure.
I feel
Absolutely.
like if you start cooking on a Weber, it's a real quick way to like differentiate if you're gonna enjoy cooking ever again. It's like you have
Yeah.
to regulate the temperature. It's a good learning grill. So I mean the best advice I can give you if you want to get into like doing barbecue or doing anything like outdoor cooking, get a regular Weber kettle. I think you can get one for like what $150, right? Fully loaded. And like learn how to control temperature. The Weber kettle is probably the best thing you can learn on. Yo, can I ask you a question? When it fell out of the truck, how badly was it beaten up? Probably not that bad, right?
No, so we saved it. We got it down in time. So as he's saying the Weber, I stopped, pull over to the side, and you literally have the Weber like this and the hatchback of the car like this. So if we would have hit that gas anymore, it would have fallen out. But I don't know what he heard, what he saw, but his pure panic because his baby it was like a child was about to fall out the back of that car. And we stopped, pulled over to the side, and we saved it.
As
Yeah.
chefs, like we acquire a lot of knives. Everybody wants to give us their knife. They want a shout out or
Yeah.
whatever. So
Yes.
one of my best friends just came over from Colorado, and he like told me, he's like, dude, he's like, I need to get good chef's knives. And I was like, bro, you just had a kid. I got you. I went through like all my old chef's knives. I sharpened them for him. I gave him like this sick. Do you guys remember those Porsche knives that came
Yeah.
out that were like
Yes.
weighted perfectly with the handles that for us being like commercial chefs, like they're not really good for us because they get kind of like they're hard to hold, when you're using like oil and stuff. So I gave him a 6 set of those. I gave him this sick sushi knife that somebody gave me. There's actually some of my friends forged the table from California. So they take old railroad ties and they hand forge chef's knives out of them. They had given
That's
me a few
sick.
knives. I gave him the one called the Bunka because I had two of them. Mercer's right here on Long Island. That actually I was kind of being a pain in the ass at a farmer's market one day, and I had like, you know, like the regular chef's knife that everybody starts with the black handle that you can just beat the shit out of. They're cheap.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
had like 25 of them that I was selling, like because it was a good knife to start. And one of the people came over and they were like, "Oh my god, you're selling our knives." They sent me a whole bunch of knives, so I gave like everything to my buddy Jeff, and he hit me up and was like, "Yo, thanks, man. These knives are sick." I was like, "They're only sick because I sharpened them for you, asshole." I feel like the Weber kettle, definitely you have to pass it along. My stepmom has like two or three of them that she'll never part with. She's got like the original red one. You remember like the old school red ones?
Oh, nice.
She's got
Tell you I do.
she's got the original red one, and she was like she was like calling and trying to get like old school parts made like sent for him. She finally got that. But I got like the newer one that sits on the table that's a little bigger. Yeah, I got that one, and then I have the circle one, which is the 22, which is the circle dome, and it has like this offset table and a garbage underneath.
We got Four Legs Brewing just joined. Four Legs. This is those are the guys that produce the Big Unk Blueberry Wheat Beer.
Oh
We
hell
got
yeah!
something new coming here pretty soon, folks.
Are they
I'm
local
excited to
by
share.
you?
Yeah, they're right around the corner from me. I love these guys, man. Those guys are family.
Hell yeah, dude. Hey,
Yeah.
I got a question. Will they private label for me and ship to me?
I don't know. The problem is with shipping of the beers, UPS, FedEx, all these guys, they're not
Yeah, they
careful
don't
when
like
it
to
comes
ship it.
to shipping this stuff
Yeah.
out. You know what I mean? I've shipped out a few beers personally myself. Luckily, we haven't had any kind of catastrophes and things like that. But it's also, it goes from being cold to being hot to being cold again. It's not the best, right? I think if you're going to be shipping it, you're going to want to pay extra for overnight shipping and things like that. And then at that point, it gets to be pretty fucking expensive. You know what I mean? These guys love doing cool shit. They're forward thinking folks,
So
and I think a dude beer would be pretty fucking sick.
bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. So like at all these farmers markets, people are like known. They know that I'm a drinker. They know like the more I drink during the day, the funnier I get. So like I have friends that'll come over bring me beer. So it's gotten to the point now where I have to have like almost like a 12 or like a case of beer with me. Sometimes I'll just hand them out.
Mhm.
So I would love to get like I guess maybe my label or maybe Jeff Bridges on a beer or maybe Jeff Bridges' body in my face or something, and just kind of like hand them out to my friends, you know, because it's awesome, dude. Dude, I need to see you at one of your events, bro. I feel like you're just like me, bro.
I guarantee you, I am. I am because I saw your videos, and I'm like, babe, I need to get a camera up. But you'll never find me in my videos cooking something with my stuff and being like, and you better hurry up and run to my website and add this to your cart today. But you better fucking believe at a farmer's market where I'm live in front of people, you better believe it. I'm like, you ain't gonna walk by here looking at my shit and not coming by. You better come back over here. We do a lot of events at the brewery too, actually. Shaking hands and kissing babies.
Yeah, buddy. Yo, Heat Stroke, I bet you if you get a couple beers in you, you'll probably sell some shit too, right?
You know, I don't have anything to sell, but I'll sell it for you guys. I don't need a drink for it.
Yo, I'll collab on a rub with you, bro.
I'm down.
Yeah? Fuck
Hell yeah,
yeah.
bro. Why don't the three of us do it? I don't give a shit. Let's both do it.
I'm definitely
Let's make it happen.
down, man. Heat
Hell
stroke is
yeah.
dry. He drinks the Kirkland coolers.
Have you seen those perfect hydrations yet? The lemon waters? They're all organic lemon water hydration. Dude, I got one in the fridge. Bro, I've been starting to drink these at the farmers markets and like in between cocktails. It's awesome. This stuff.
Oh, I think I have seen that now that I see the
Dude,
bottle.
the calories on it, bro, again, very clean ingredients. The only thing that I don't like is the stevia, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Yo, I got a Brentwood over here in Long Island, and nobody actually wants to go in Brentwood in Long Island. That's the place that you need a gun to go through. It's kind of scary. Yeah, it's not for people like
Nope.
us. Hey, thank you to whoever just put that order in. It's somebody in the chat. I'm gonna guess.
I don't know if you've got. Do you guys have? Do you got Pizza Dude right now in
I
stock?
do not. I do not. Actually, guys, funny about that is I got to change the label. I got into a little trouble about that one. So, apparently somebody from Paramount, whoever puts out the Ninja Turtles movie, saw it and was like, "Hey, great seasoning, but you can't really use our likeness anymore." And then like my artist was like, "Well, we redid this," and they were like, "No, not having it, likeness." So I got like a very formal email asking me very politely to stop using their likeness. So we will change that. It's still going to be called Pizza Dude's Got 30 Seconds. We just got to change the label.
Check that out. So that's Sonny right here. Sonny Inez Zapata. Sonny's a dope guy. He's out there in Georgia.
Nice.
He's a massive supporter of not only Big Unk, but he supports a lot of the greats, man. You'll see him. He doesn't use anything trash. He only uses great stuff.
Sonny, just so you
Throw
know,
some.
I got another seasoning that I cannot sell legally. Just I'll throw it in. It's called Everyday Dude. It's like an all-purpose SPGO. It's actually a Santa Maria seasoning. I gotta get you some, Big Unk, for your Santa Maria grill.
Please.
I'll throw one of those in there for you. Just when you use it, just don't take pictures of that one. You can take pictures of everything else.
He's also got a really dope like sticker wall that he has. So make sure you include some stickers if you have them in his order. He'll add you on. He's got like a full
Oh,
wall of fame.
hell yeah,
Uh,
dude! I got a lot of funny stickers. I'll make sure I throw them as a couple. Look at this one. You guys see this one? You guys have this one, Unk?
I do not.
That's my best friend Jill, and we went away, and she's like, "Take a picture and put this on the website." I was like, "You're gonna fucking regret that." It says, "Trust me with your meat, not your life," because she's wearing a lifeguard sweatshirt. All
Oh,
right,
I see that.
I had 15,000 of them made, and people will send us pictures all the time of her being like on the bathroom wall somewhere, like under tables. I literally just give them out everywhere. It's really funny. I heat stroke. I gotta get you a package also, bro. You guys have been great to me. So
Let's hit some of those questions for him.
Yeah, yeah. So we have, before we get into the get to know you questions, we had one earlier. What's your favorite Italian dish to make?
pasta primavera from Stuff from the Garden.
Nice.
Yeah. What do you guys growing anything right now?
I just have rosemary and basil year round.
Okay, so this is the first year that I grew tomatoes, and I went a little nuts. So I have acid reflux, so I got yellow boys because they're low in acid. I got heirlooms, and I got beefsteaks because those are the ones that are the most expensive. I went a little overboard. I got 24 plants. Yeah, so I'm like about to harvest. This is actually the first tomato I picked it this morning. This is the first one that turned, and then
Oh, beautiful.
I have like well, there's this one too, but this one. Was my first heirloom that fell. They're huge, bro. Look at that. Like, they're huge, bro. I got 24 of those plants coming, so I'm pumped. Pasta Primavera, as long as it was grown by me, my mom, or my grandma. But,
There you
yeah.
go.
Awesome. We had another question come in right now. Do you have any sweet seasonings for things like ice cream, oatmeal, and coffee?
So we are working on one. I will have it out soon. We had a pumpkin spice one that didn't really go too good because all those sweet seasonings, as delicious as they are, they're filled with a ton of shit. So I will have one soon. I do carry this organic coconut sugar every once in a while. That's fun. That's like I got a coconut sugar. That's cool. But no, I don't have any specific dedicated for stuff like that. But I will soon.
All right, we have a list of questions that we like to ask to kind of get to know you. These are funner questions, so let's get right into
All
it
right.
and
So
have
are
some
these
fun
rapid
here.
fire, or like first answer off the top of my head, or do I got to think?
No,
No, I mean
you're gonna
it's not
think. You'll
necessarily
think
rapid.
it
You
through.
can think about it. Yeah, it's
Okay,
not
cool.
rapid fire. So the first question: say you're going on a road trip. You're at the gas station and you want to pick up some snacks, maybe a
Beef
drink.
jerky.
What are you grabbing? Beef
Beef
jerky.
jerky.
Number one answer across every podcast. Everyone says it seems like 75% beef
Beef
jerky.
jerky, some kind of nuts, and if they have the wasabi peas,
Nice.
big fan of the wasabi peas, and drink, depending on it, if I'm in the mood, usually a Dr. Pepper or a zero, whatchamacallit, a Gatorade Zero.
There you go.
Okay.
Elaborate
Okay.
on the jerky though. Are you a stick guy or are you a slab guy?
If I'm driving, I'll do the stick. If I'm not driving, I'm getting my hands dirty and I'm getting in a bag. And I want like the stickiest one you can think of, like
Hell yeah.
teriyaki or bourbon or anything that sounds delicious. The only jerky that I don't like is the pepper one because I feel like
Really?
people go a little too heavy on the pepper.
Yeah.
But I'll do any other flavor.
That's my
Okay.
favorite is the peppered one, dude. I like the peppered sunflower seeds. That's all me right
All
there.
right.
The black pepper might be too spicy for folks. So another question we have is your top three favorite movies.
Ooh. Well, clearly the Big Lebowski, Donnie Brasco.
No one said that yet.
Really?
That's such a good movie.
Dude, Donnie Brasco is one of my favorite movies ever. And tell you the truth, I was on mushrooms when I watched this movie. Okay, so I'm just gonna. Have you guys ever seen
Oh yeah,
Strays? Not Stray Dogs,
yeah, yeah,
Strays.
yeah, yeah. That's the dogs that talk and shit, right?
Yes,
Yeah, that was
dude.
an
Yes,
incredible movie.
that one. I'm a huge fan of that one just because it's hilarious. And anything
Yeah.
with Will Ferrell, like Step Brothers.
Yeah, that was actually very good.
Bro,
Came out not too long ago. We saw it at the theater with my kids.
dude, I saw it and I remember my cheeks were like hurting. I was laughing so hard.
For sure. I feel like that's like Sausage Party mixed with Homeward Bound.
Yep.
It was a fucking great movie.
Yo, when they eat the mushrooms and they kill the bunny, bro. What about when they were in doggy
And
jail and they shit everywhere?
they shit everywhere, dude. That was so funny. That's a good movie. So Strays, you guys got to go check that out. It's got all
For
your
sure.
favorite comedic actors in it as the voices of these dogs, and it's a cool story. It's a funny story. It's a hilarious story. Think like the first time you saw The Hangover, you're gonna laugh like
Yo,
that.
you know what other movie every time it's on I have to watch? Super bad.
What are your top two oddest or weirdest jobs you've ever had?
I was
There you
the
go.
when I was 16, I was Chucky from Chuck E. Cheese. I wore the outfit.
No
Yep.
way!
I was 16. I was Chucky from Chuck E. Cheese. I wore the little mouse outfit. And
Holy shit!
yeah, bro, I was just running around messing with little kids, like hip checking them into the ball pit, like just being. I wasn't allowed to talk, so like those little kids, the little fuckers, they're trying to like grab you and shit. Like, just fucking gotta like hit them with the tail every once in a
Dude,
while.
that's so funny you say that because I was also a mascot.
Get the
I was
floor, were you?
I swear to God, I was Crunch Dog, the fucking Nestle Crunch Dog at the ice skating rink where the San Jose Sharks used to practice at. I was Crunch Dog. I used to have to ice skate in a fucking mascot costume, bro. Can you imagine that? Like, it's
No.
one thing to wear the costume, it's another thing to be out there on the ice skate skating with that
Were
fucking
you
thing.
the only one that had to wear that costume? Because this
The
costume,
only person that had to wear that thing.
so
It
it smelled like you. It didn't smell like somebody else.
No, it still smelled like shit. The very first time I fucking put it on, I used to spray it with Lysol. That's the funny thing you mention it because if you've never been a mascot, you don't understand what he's talking about. They fucking smell so bad.
Oh, it's so bad. Bro, I'm so happy that you've experienced that, bro. I thought I
Dude,
was the
that's
only one.
what I'm thinking. I'm like, damn, this is why we get along so well. We've gone through the same struggles, bruh.
Oh, bro. So I'm convinced because I was 16 at the time, and the other guy that wore it at the time was like some, I don't know, bro. He was like older, and it like smelled like puke all the time, bro. He must have been some like alcoholic, like living at home with his mom. That was the only job he could get. Probably shouldn't be close to a school at all, like one of those kind of dudes. Like,
What about a second one? Do you have another fun one?
I had a couple jobs that were cool, like growing up. Like I used to install car stereos at Best Buy,
That's fucking
and
cool.
I did that in when I was right after Chuck E. Cheese until I was like 22,
What's the
and then
What's the best thing you stole out of somebody's car while you were doing that?
I mean, I was known for like emptying the change containers out of
Yeah,
everybody's
was that
car,
that
like.
was probably the max of it, right?
Like I
Taking
don't
the change or
want to
whatever.
get into too much trouble, but like I do remember this one time, this really pretty young lady came in and she left her diary on the seat, and I needed a piece of paper, so I was like, I just thought it was a fucking notebook, all right, and I opened it up, and there was like drawings and like there's little things in there. She was like an artsy fartsy girl, and I started like reading some of the shit, and it was like a detailed like diary entry about like her first time.
Ooh,
So like
fuck,
I felt like real
priceless.
yeah, I felt like really now looking at back at it now, I kind of feel like I'm a little bit of a creep, but like when I was 16, when I was 20 at the time, I was like, you're cute. Like I'm going to read this shit. That was funny, but
I'd
it
read
is
it
what it
right
is.
now. I'm 41. I'd read that
Dude,
motherfucker.
she was bro, she was a beautiful girl, all right? And she definitely had money, bro. She was putting in subs, all new speakers. She was rocking
Yeah,
a little BMW. I just did the farmers market in Montauk,
yeah.
and there was like this beautiful woman, like I'm talking like older woman, like she had kids like maybe 17 to 20 years old. I couldn't really tell nowadays, but she got in like an old 60s Bronco, but
Damn.
lifted, completely redone, all right, and this top off, like she had a nice set of big bolt-ons. She was so hot in a bikini, all right. She rips it down the road, her hair's going wild. I was like, I think I love this woman. She's like cranking Tupac. I was like, I love her.
Oh
Like,
hell yeah,
me and my boys, we always had the Dipset albums in our car. We loved them.
yeah.
Dipset, Dipset, what? And Joel Santana. It's Joel Santana. Every fucking thing that he said. It's Joel's. And
Hell
Jim
yeah.
Jones. My cousins from Cuba, when we went to go see them, apparently my family has like this plot of land. I forgot where it was, but there's like it's right by the water, and right past that is like a little jungle, and they would kill the pig, and then they would just all sit around the fire, spinning it and on a spit. But like the deal is everybody's drinking with like the most expensive bottle of rum. They would all like put like a couple bucks in, get a bottle of rum, and you're only allowed to drink when you're turning the pig.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So it's like, of course, like, Uncle Macho has been spinning the pig for like the last like 4 hours. The the bottle's half gone, and you're just like, come on, Macho, let me get some of that.
My arm's not tired yet.
Yeah,
My arm's not tired yet.
You
Uncle
can't feel
Macho
your
is
arm.
like he's like 6'4", and he was like 6'4", maybe like 330, like a bigger dude, okay? And his whole life he was a spear fisherman. That's how he fed his family. But they don't have air tanks in Cuba. So he would like jump off the side of the boat, okay? Go down for like 2 or 3 minutes and come back up with these giant fish. And that's how he fed his family his entire life.
That's a man right there,
Yeah,
dude.
man. Yo, it's so funny. So we're going fishing. He takes us fishing, and we tell the story about this Cuban fish finder. He's like, "Oh, don't worry, we have a fish finder in boat." He says it in Spanish, and I'm like looking at my dad, and I'm like, because I understand it, but I can't speak it. I'm like, Dad, there's no fish finder in the boat. He's like, watch. They throw homie overboard, okay, and they drag him, okay, for real. They drag him with a rope, all right, like just there's like a little arm, and he knocks on the side of the boat when he sees fish. They give him the spearfish, and he comes back down. He comes up with like fresh conch, the Caribbean lobster tails, 2 or 3 snapper. It was crazy, bro. I've never seen anything like that in my life, dude.
For you guys that don't know, the Caribbean and Bahamian lobster is different than what we see at our stores here.
Yeah,
It's
no
significantly
claws.
different. Yep.
No claws, all tail. It's really good. Especially I feel like they're the best lobsters to put on a barbecue.
For
It's
sure. For
also
sure.
different though when you're getting them out of the water there, and like you have like fresh charcoals like that. Your aunt and your uncle have been like feeding the fire all day long. It's just different, man. It's a different lifestyle down there, bro. If you've ever been to Cuba, I would highly recommend it. Do yourself a favor. If you go to Cuba, fly into Canada first, and then fly from Canada.
What?
As soon as yeah, fly from Canada to Cuba. As soon as they see that you're an American, they don't stamp your passport, and they'll let you do anything. You won't have any trouble.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what's up.
yeah.
That's what's
That's like
up.
a cheat code to everybody listening. If you ever want to get to Cuba, all right, that's what you got to do.
Hell
But
yeah.
dude, honestly, bro, I got stuck in Havana with my dad for like a day. It was awesome. He like grabbed the cab. He was like, "How much money do you make in a day?" My dad's like, total gangster move. Okay, he's like, "How much money do you make in a day?" He's like, "I don't know, like $20, like American." My dad hands him like 200. It was like, "You're gonna be our chauffeur for the rest of the day," and he took us everywhere,
That's
like
the
everywhere.
move, bro.
Dude,
That's the move.
we went to the Floridita where they invented the mojito, where Hemingway was sitting doing the daiquiri and stuff. They have uh, a bronze like statue of him in the corner where he used to sit, which is really cool. I'm sitting there wearing an American, I'm not an American hat, a Captain America hat, like in this Cuban bar, and people are looking at me like I'm nuts. I'm only speaking English. I was like, whatever. I was with my dad. My dad was born there. He's speaking Spanish to all the homies. Somehow gets me an apron. I'm behind the bar making mojitos with these guys in a Captain America hat. My dad's got the video. It's hilarious.
That's fucking sick. Your pop was born in Cuba?
Yeah, my pop was born in Cuba, and he came over when he was 6 months old.
Damn. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's
So,
what's up.
yeah, I think he came over in like '56, like right before Castro came into power.
There you go. Good time. Good time to come over.
Definitely good time to
Good
come
time to come
over.
over.
Yeah, but it's weird though. So if you know like any old school Cubans, like my grandfather like loved Fidel Castro until the day he died.
No way.
Like
Hey.
loved
Well,
him.
yeah, because did he provide a better lifestyle for your grandpa?
I think my grandfather was all about like everybody being equal no matter what, and I think that's what he really
Yeah.
enjoyed. Like.
So Nick, we got some more, right?
Yep, we do. We got one last get to know you question, then we have a couple more from the audience too. So that last question is, what is your go-to Taco Bell order?
Ooh.
That one always hits people, Nick, doesn't
And
it?
that's why I
Everyone
save it
always
for the end.
people put
I
more
save it for
thought
the
to
end
the
now.
Taco Bell order than any other question, huh?
Okay, so I
Yeah,
know what it
it
is,
really
but I'm
is.
afraid that you guys are gonna judge me. So I'm
No
very
one's gonna,
There's
bro.
no
People
judgment at
people
this
come out
point.
and they're honest. People are like, all right, it's 8 things, and it starts with the like everyone goes fucking
all right,
ham on their
fine. I'm gonna
Taco
tell
Bell
you guys.
orders.
I'm super lactose intolerant, so I gotta be careful with the sour cream and the cheese.
All right,
So if I mix the sour cream with their awesome beef, I need to be somewhere with really strong plumbing. So I always go chicken Crunchwrap Supreme.
Okay.
Okay, definitely chicken Crunchwrap Supreme. I definitely get a cheesy gordita crunch,
All
and
right.
I always get. I haven't been to Taco Bell in so long, but it's one other thing. It's shit.
It's
It's one
gonna
of
make
those.
you do that.
What?
I said it's gonna make you do
No, no.
that.
It does make me do that. It's always. I always get one more thing. I forgot what it was. Oh, Baja Steak Chalupa.
Baja steak chalupa.
Yeah.
All right. What about the things that are no longer on the menu? What was your favorite thing that they've taken away?
They had that grilled stuffed burrito. They still have that one
I
with
don't
the.
think they do, but I remember that.
But they had
They
like.
had that back when I worked at Taco Bell as a kid.
Oh, was that one of the jobs that you hated?
No, I didn't hate it. I loved working at Taco Bell, bro. I worked there for maybe a good 8 months. I was a senior in high school, and we got to make anything and everything we wanted. I worked with a dope ass group of people. I worked with a chick named Satan,
Get the
and
fuck out of here.
swear to God. And we named everything on the menu like was had its own special name. We were just stoner kids working at Taco Bell, living the life.
Yeah.
And I worked at Taco Bell and Domino's at the same time, just making ends meet.
Should have made a Taco Bell pizza.
At
Yo,
Domino's, we made everything over there.
yo,
Look
heat
at
stroke. Is that the next pizza, bro? Taco pizza?
I think I've done a couple different taco pizzas, not like white people tacos, but like traditional street tacos. I was trying to figure out a different way to say that, crunchy tacos, but yeah, like not those kind of tacos. But I've done like street taco pizzas. But I
Yo,
should
man,
do a Taco Bell version. You know what I
bro,
mean?
I love a good white person taco every once in a while, bro.
it's
So do
so
I. White
good.
people's taco
And
night.
speaking of white people taco night, my wife's family has the fucking whitest people tacos. I guarantee you. You tell me if I'm wrong right now. They don't season their ground beef and they fucking put ketchup on it. So you tell me,
They made
you
sloppy Joe
have
tacos.
you fucking seen a whiter person taco than that?
No.
Unseasoned ground beef, then ketchup, lettuce, and tomatoes and sour cream. That's just
Sounds
fucking what.
spicy.
It's
Don't you have
fucking
a stick
trash,
taco seasoning to introduce your family to?
bro. Of course I did, bro. But this is their upbringing. Nowadays they let me cook. I get to
Good.
cook dinner for everyone in the family now.
Yo,
But
you ever
I
meet
don't.
you
I don't
ever
know
meet
if you
people that
know.
put ketchup on pasta?
No way. Fuck that. I don't
Me
trust that. No,
either.
no way.
Gross.
My wife and I don't know if you know, but we're high school sweethearts. She was 14, I was 15.
That's awesome.
We've been together ever since. So,
That's awesome.
and yeah, you're right, baby girl. We do not make those in our house.
I mean, I put mayonnaise on everything,
Do you
bro.
really? I don't fuck with mayonnaise. I don't fuck with sour cream. No white sauces.
So I don't buy like the Hellman shit. I get the Kewpie mayo. It's the
Yeah,
best. Yeah.
I tried it. I bought Kewpie mayonnaise because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. It's Japanese mayonnaise. I see all the hype about it. I'm gonna go ahead and try it. And I bought it, and I swear to God, we got home, unloaded all the groceries, and it was gone. It wasn't there, and I took it as a sign. It's not meant to be.
I feel like that's happened to me too. That I was like, can't wait to get home, and then it's gone. But then I end up finding it in my car like 3 weeks later, all smelly. But like it fell out of the bag and it's like underneath the seat. But yo, there's a company. I think it's actually down south. Duke's Mayo. Have you ever heard of them?
Of course, yeah, of
Dude,
course. They get a lot of hype.
bro, Duke's Mayo is awesome.
Is it really?
If I'm gonna make a sandwich or if I'm gonna make any kind of like mayo based sauce, if I'm not gonna make it from scratch myself,
Hmm.
Duke's is gonna be my go to emulsify with.
Mayonnaise and mushrooms. They're two things I don't fuck with, right?
Not even
Those
mashed
are
gold
the
mushrooms.
I gotta choke those down with like peanut butter or something. But when it comes to like mushrooms and mayonnaise, those are two things that you can't tell people you don't like them without them like trying to tell you, oh no, but you gotta just have it with this or that. You can tell people like, nah, man, I don't fucking eat beets, and people are gonna be like, okay, yeah, that's cool. But not eating mushrooms or mayonnaise. They always got to try to tell you that you ain't eating the right one. You're not eating the right kind. You're not mixing it with the right thing.
I agree with you 100%. And I actually hated mushrooms for like the longest time until I was doing some research for a dish, and I came across Gordon Ramsay's mushroom toast. So
Okay.
it's got like shallots, banana peppers, salt, pepper, and it's just done the right way. And it's almost like they're braised. Like he pan fries it, and then he adds butter and a little bit of like homemade veggie stock, and they kind of like absorb, and they get like real nice. They were shiitakes.
Okay.
So that's kind of like what got me to like mushrooms, and that's kind of how I make all my mushrooms from now on. But
Okay.
I can totally see, people not liking mushrooms, the consistency, the taste. I get it, bro. But it's weird from me, I live on an island, okay, and seafood is huge out here. And when I tell people that I won't order oysters in a restaurant, people look at me like I'm fucking nuts. But like, I won't order oysters at a restaurant unless it's like one of two places because I know where they're getting the oysters from, and I know that they're like known for their oysters.
Yeah.
Oysters are one of those things, bro. If they're like not clean and like you get a bad one, like that's it. You place it in Chelsea Market, like I'll eat oysters there all day long. But I get the mushroom thing 100%. The mayo thing, it's a consistency thing, right? Dude,
And
have
it's
you?
also the flavor behind it too. I just can't fuck with. But I do put it in my my tuna salad. I do put it in my egg salad. I do put it in my potato salad, and I can eat it that way. But I can't eat a tuna fish sandwich and slather some mayonnaise on the bread. I like to make grilled oysters. Papa Dan, I see you. I appreciate you showing me some love on them grilled oysters. Even though the last ones I made were some micro oysters, I made brisket style. Sorry about that. Kind of left them bitches on there too long. That's the hard part when you have a party, right? You have a party
Oh,
and you're cooking at the same time while you're having a party. You know, 8 out of 10 times everything's gonna be perfect. You know, but
yeah.
those other 2 times, man, I'm just having too good of a time. I'm drinking that Jose Cuervo. I'm kissing questionable women in the back, and you know what I mean. We end up with brisket style oysters.
Questionable Canadians.
Yeah, for sure.
Yo, I know exactly what you're talking about, bro. Like, so a lot of times, like, you'll be catering a party, it's a backyard barbecue, and like you're kind of friendly with the people, and they want you to have as good a time as them. So like they'll break out like the 1942 or like the Casa Azul, and they're like, "Oh yeah, come on, it's my house is your house." Meanwhile, they don't like understand that like if you put a bottle of 1942 in front of me and you say drink as much as you want, like I'm drinking that whole fucking bottle. Like I
Yes.
love that shit. Like, and if you're like, "Oh yeah, make yourself at home," like okay, fine. Like I'll kick my feet off. I've had some close calls where you're like, "Oh shit!" Like I should have taken this off like 2 minutes ago, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it happens, man. It's all good. Usually when we throw parties over here, there's enough people cooking, we got enough food. It doesn't really matter, and it ends up being like the laughing stock. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're like you have a good circle of people that are gonna have eyes on on your stuff. You know, like me around here, like it's like me and like maybe two of my other friends that really know what they're doing, and like sometimes there'll be like 50 people around. You know, so
I see
it
what
is
you're
it
saying.
is what it is.
And not
Yeah,
everybody, not everyone you fuck with is like in the game, right?
they're not in the game, but they'll eat, but they're like not gonna help you do anything.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
feel that.
yeah,
Hey, that's how it was for me for the longest time, man. And those people, they're just equally as important because those are the ones that pushed me and told me I need to do something with this. You know what I mean? Those
yeah.
were all my friends and my family that I was cooking for and having parties, and I'd be like, "Hey, let me make those. You want burgers? I can make a damn good burger. Let me make these burgers. I'll make some homemade burgers for us." And those are the ones that encouraged me and said, "Hey, man, you can't keep this shit for just you. You need to do something with this." You know what I mean? So as much as it's like we joke about how those people, they just soak up all the benefit, they eat all the good food, but they're not gonna like get your back. Those are also the ones that give you the
They,
push and
they,
tell
they're
you, "Hey, man,
your biggest hype people,
they
man.
really are."
The eaters, the ones that love the food. They're the ones that are going to tell all their friends about it, and like they're your biggest hype people. So like, yeah, I appreciate them, but like, sometimes I want to like go shake some hands and kiss some babies, and I want somebody else to flip these fucking burgers.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yep. Yeah. Well, bro, we got to get you out here. We
Hell
got to
yeah,
get you.
dude.
We got to
Hell
get you out
yeah.
here.
So we had a
We,
couple more questions before we wrap up. I want to get to
yeah. Let's make sure
um,
we do that.
your favorite wood to cook on.
Cherrywood.
There you go.
Cherry wood.
Yep, cherrywood. Just
Okay.
because you can literally, it's the only wood you need. You can do everything with it.
Okay. Cool. The other question is your favorite famous person that you've met.
My favorite famous person that I met a couple of years ago, when I don't even know if I'm allowed to say his name, but when Braun Strowman was not in the WWE, he did something with a buddy of mine, EC3, and they had their own little promotion. So I want to say that I like hung out with Braun. He was really cool. Like I think he's like I think we're kind of friendly at this point. Like I went been to his house. I want to say Braun Strowman is one of like the nicest guys you'll ever meet when you get him on a one-to-one basis. When you know him as his real life persona, not like the WWE guy. I want to say that Adam Shearer is probably like, yeah, he's definitely a homie, and he throws down on the grill, bro.
Hmm.
He throws down, dude. He's awesome. He's from Wisconsin. He is one of the most genuine, nicest people I think I've ever met.
Piggybacking off of that, who's the most famous person in your contact list?
I did just meet Ray Donovan the other day though.
Did you?
Yeah,
That's cool.
he came to the farmers market in Montauk and he was just like walking by. And I heard him say, "Do you think they have Montreal steak seasoning?" And I have this seasoning called Big Dude Energy, which is like a spicy version of Montreal. And I like looked up and I was like, "I got the spicy version of it right here." And I was like, "Oh shit, Ray Donovan!" Like that was cool. Actually, you know who else I met? The girl from the Hot Mess podcast, Alex Earl. She's like this really, really, really sweet girl, down to earth, super sweet. I watched her take pictures with like maybe 100 people, and she had talked to every single one of them. You know, was really didn't let the fame get to her yet. She's super, super sweet. I just gave her a whole bunch of shit. She's got like this podcast called The Hot Mess. So I was like, "Yo, Hot Mess, I got stuff for hangovers when you drink," and she like laughed at me. And I was just treating her like a normal person. She was really sweet, so that was cool too. But as
Oh, yeah.
far as like in my contact list, I don't know. I got some like wrestlers in there, but that's
Yeah,
about pretty much about it.
that's cool though.
Yeah. What about you guys?
So I want to say I want to hear Nick's answer to this.
My answer?
Yeah.
I've got some pretty cool ones in there. I'd say probably the most famous is John Madden.
Nice.
No longer with us any longer. But yeah, John Madden. For years and years, I used to work in the car business. To an extent, I still work in the car business now. I don't know. Um, I guess I don't talk about this too much. So a little fun fact for all you guys here. You ever seen the show Bar Rescue before, Tom?
Yeah.
Tom? I am John Taffer for the car business. So that's what I do. That's my day job. I work with dealerships all over the country, and I tell them everything they're doing wrong, everything they're doing right. They tell me what their goals are, what they're trying to accomplish, and I build a strategy for it, and then I hold them accountable month to month to make sure that we're hitting those goals and kind of revising that strategy as we move forward, right? That's what I
Oh,
do.
that's awesome. So no wonder you love cars. And
Yeah, love cars.
Mike Mazan, is that what it is?
Yep, Maison.
Maison, bro. He's a great dude. But no, I did not meet the Hawk 2 girl. I would love to have a beer with her though.
Yeah, the Hawk Tua girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll drink some shitty tequila with her.
Dude, I would love to just be a fly on that wall, all the things that are happening for that girl, bro. It's amazing. I think that she's gonna end up like being some kind of personality, doing something, hosting some weird show, maybe like a dating show. I don't think she's quite gone yet, but I don't think it's gonna be as big as it could have been if Trump didn't get shot.
Yeah, no, I think she's gonna be on Big Uncle and the Nephew next week. As a matter of fact. No,
Really?
I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, because I would love to just I would love to like maybe take her on a date. I don't know.
No, it'd be fun. It'd be fun to just shoot the shit with that girl. But from what I see, she's a pretty wholesome girl, just caught in a moment, and I think she's trying to capitalize it as best as she can right now, while still like maintaining that wholesome, persona.
Yeah, so I just watched an interview with her, and she was just like, at first when the video came out, I was kind of nervous, and I didn't want everybody to know it was me, and blah 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 blah. And then she was like, "Well, everybody's making money off me." She's like, She goes, "I got my things in order," with that cute little accent. She goes, "I got my things in order, and I got a lawyer, and now I'm making money off it." And she's just like, cute the way she
Yeah,
said it,
smart.
even though she's
Man, well, obviously she's got good people in her corner, right? That kind of told her, "Hey, you need to do something with this.
yeah.
Don't let everyone just turn you into a joke. You need to make some money off this and enjoy it while you can."
She just got paid $30,000 to show up at a bar out in Montauk.
Fucking hey, dude.
30K to
Yeah,
just sit around and get hit on by rich guys.
yeah. I'm not gonna pay her to come on Big Uncle and the Nephew, so we're gonna have to pass on her. We're gonna have to pass. Yeah, but yeah. So John Madden was mine. What about you, Nick? Oh, Nick is gone.
There he
I
is.
know you
What's
already told me.
up, handsome? What happened,
Yo,
bro?
you
Not bad.
guys
Got a little
just
handsy.
You
saw
didn't get you
himself.
didn't get an OnlyFans notification that somebody dropped a new video?
A new subscriber.
Not this time. Not
I
this
don't know
time.
if you know that about Nick though, but he does. He shares beard pics on OnlyFans.
Man,
Dude,
my
you
beard's nowhere
got
near as epic as
bro.
yours.
I feel kind of weird. I'm the only one without a beard, bro. I do got like this little shout out going on, but you guys got some fucking awesome beards.
Bro, don't even trip. This is a toupee.
No, it ain't. Yo,
It's
nobody's
done.
been sending you guys beard stuff yet. You guys need to get a beard deal.
I got a beard guy. I got a local beard guy. I fuck with him really tough. It's Gold Slick beard oils, waxes, shampoos. He's a local guy, man. He's a really cool dude.
You getting a big unk? line? I hope you are.
Nah, I really will only attach my name to things that I'm incredibly passionate about. You know what I mean? So obviously my own line, but also the beer, right? I love beer, and I love my particular style of beer is lady beers. You know what I mean? Not
Yeah.
this isn't an IPA. It's a very light 5% blueberry wheat beer. These guys are traditional IPA guys, right? Everything that they have is really strong, really good beers. But I prefer something that you can drink all day long. It's really light,
Me
fruity.
too.
So that's why we
Th-
went with what we came with. You know, at first they were hesitant. They were like, "You want to do what? A fucking fruited hef? No, we do fucking IPAs in here, 9% doubles, triples." And I said, "Well, it's my shit. That's what I would fuck with, right? So if you wanna do something with me, that's what I would prefer." And of course they were right in line with it.
Do you mess with sours at all or no?
Bro, they just released a new sour just today. A Pog sour, right? Passion fruit, orange, and guava. And I
Nice.
tasted it. No, dude, I can't fuck with them because as
Oh,
soon as I take a sip, I'm like, you know what I
yeah.
mean? It gets to me. A good buddy of mine, Corey, he loves sours. That's what he drinks. Are you a sour guy?
So I'm not, but there is one company by me that has a blood orange sour that's pretty good.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice, nice.
it's good, but it's one of the ones that if you sit on it, it will give you the face. You know, it will give you the
Yeah,
face. But if you slug it, like if you're trying to get like fucked up and you slug a couple, they go down easy. They stay down. You know, it's a good one. It's not a bad one. I also kind of feel like the sours they kind of give you like that kind of weird aftertaste, like
yeah,
where like you got to be careful if you're talking to some girls, you get like some funky breath after a couple sours.
for
But
sure. Easily, easily.
Spaceman knives, I gotta order one of those
You
knives.
haven't got one yet?
No, I haven't. So I honestly, I've been like clearing out my knives just because I'm only kind of fuck with like
Yeah.
local, but I might grab one from them. This is actually a guy that came to the farmers market, and it's like he gave me a whole bunch of them to try out, and I ended up buying all of them. Sorry, I was cutting some chives for my sushi bowl before, but like this one's dope. It's Chinese steel. It's like 175 layers of Damascus, and it's got like the same style handle as the Bob Kramer from
Oh,
Henkel's.
fuck yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like weighted perfectly, and like honestly, like I've seen knives just like this go for like maybe 250, you know, $300. Dude, I got it for like $90.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see? And that's where you're gonna like Spaceman. Spaceman's knives, they are some of the best bang for your buck knives that you can get. They're very well crafted. All of them are balanced very well. The price is just right. Um,
Dude, and they
I
got
love the
great
Spaceman knife.
colors and shapes, bro. They're like an attractive knife. When like that's a knife where if you're using it, people are gonna be like, "Yo, what is this? I want to see that." And I actually
100%.
I saw Mazone using it. I was like, "Yo, where'd you get that?" He sent me
Yep.
the link, and
Yep.
I fuck with that guy, bro. I want to be friends with that guy. He's cool.
I want to say I've got maybe five or six of his knives. I've been lucky enough. A few people have gifted me with some of his knives. I've bought the rest of them. Um, they're incredible. And then obviously you see Salty Dalty here. I'm pretty sure Salty Dalty is one of his ambassadors with a coupon
Oh,
code.
nice.
So if you want to get one, I think Maison may still have coupon code as well. I'm not sure. Heatstroke might have coupon code too. He's got a
Yo,
few different ambassadors. Um, but those were hands down my favorite knives I owned. But like full transparency, because I do like to be 100% transparent. I've got a new favorite knife now. The Cooking Guild. The Cooking Guild. I got that Bunka knife. Right? You were talking
oh,
about the Bunka
is that
earlier.
the one with the thumb hole in it?
No. Yes, it does have a thumb
I
hole.
know which one
It
you're
does have a thumb hole.
talking about. It's dope.
It's got it is the sharpest knife that I own that I've ever owned. That's the good thing about Spaceman; they stay sharp for a very long time. But this Cooking Guild knife, I mean, absolutely just makes quick work of everything I've ever cut with it. And I use the fuck out of it. I just made some ceviche the other day too. I know, guys. Sorry you didn't see any content on that ceviche, but you got plenty of ceviche videos out there. But yeah, dude, the Cooking Guild, Spaceman knives, you can't go wrong with any of them. Even Benny's knife, Benny has that Messermeister knife. I don't know. Do you know who Benny is? Kendrick Barbecue.
Yeah, dude. Yo, so that knife is a little too big for what I would like. I
Yeah,
think it's big, but I do feel like it has a purpose.
yeah.
Like for really tearing through, like if you're breaking down a bunch of chickens or if you're breaking down like doing some heavy
Yep.
chopping, I think it does have its use. It's just a little too big for my liking, but I haven't had hands on it yet.
I do.
So I might change my mind once I get my hands
It's
on one.
very well balanced. It's lightweight. I want to say it's a 9-inch chef knife. I might be speaking wrong. It might be an 8-inch chef knife, but I think it's a 9-inch chef knife. Works well. You're gonna have to maintain the edge on that thing.
That's a
Like if again,
that's a Kurisuke though, right? It's not like a regular chef's knife.
nah,
It's
it's a chef knife.
it's isn't it shaped like this though?
No,
It's not.
I'd have to pull it out. You're putting me on the
I
spot. I'd have to pull
I
it out and
I,
see.
I feel like it's shaped a little bit like that. It doesn't have a point
It
point.
could be. It could be. I know my point. Put in my sink a little too aggressively, and I fucked up my point on it. It could be. It could be shaped a little bit closer to that than a true traditional chef knife.
Talking about the black one, right?
Yeah, the black one.
Yeah. So I'm I think yeah, I want to get my hands on it before I want to give an opinion of it. I haven't played with it
Oh,
yet, so it
no
looks
worries.
dope as shit. Yo, but I got a question for you guys.
Yeah,
Favorite kitchen utensil under $10?
for sure. Nick, I'm gonna let you take that first. I think Nick's gonna have to dip out of here. We can wrap it up and finish up you and I. So Nick, you go ahead and go first. What's your under $10 favorite kitchen utensil?
I'm not entirely sure if it's under $10. It might be a little bit more, but the cheese grater, the one that you can get the wheel and spin and put the cheese on the top and spin it.
Okay.
I want to say that's probably like closer to $15 to $20. I know I like doubled the price, but like that hands down for like a cheap kitchen utensil, that really changed a lot. Being able to shred the cheese so quick.
Okay.
There you go. I
What's yours?
Mine for under $10 is probably gonna be a vegetable peeler that I can not only peel my cucumber but also like core out my jalapenos and things like that. That's probably going to be my favorite under $10 kitchen utensil outside of a juicer. Oh, a scraper. Yeah, you're right.
All day, bro.
Yeah,
All fucking
I
day.
didn't even think of a scraper. Speaking of which, Spaceman makes a really nice scraper that's about
Really?
$10. Yeah,
Oh,
and not
gotta get on
only
my
does it got
spaceman.
like a nice wood handle to it, it's a nice size, but it also has the different size holes through it for your herbs, so that you can,
Oh.
yeah, you pull the stem, you pull your herbs through the holes in the scraper, and it's a cool tool. Like, yeah, only $10. I I bought a shit ton of them. Matter of fact, I could send you one because I bought a bunch of them with the intention of just gifting them out too to people. So I'll send you one.
Yeah,
You tell me what you think.
throw it in my next thing of rubs, and I got some cool things for you over here. I'll send you as well.
Yeah, for sure. I got you on that one for
Hell
sure.
yeah.
Spaceman scrapers. I got several. I use one as a scraper. I use one as my for my big barbecue rig to keep it clean and shit like that.
Is he in here twice?
Mike Mendoza.
Yeah.
Those are two guys. You're talking about Mike Maison
Yeah.
and then Mike Mendoza.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mike Mendoza. Both of them grow the same beard. Uh, both are solid dudes. You know. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, Mendoza. How about you, man? You having a good time on here so far, dude?
Me?
Yeah.
Bro, come on, dude. If I wasn't having a good time, I wouldn't still be here, bro. You guys are the homies,
Hell
dude. This is awesome.
yeah.
Dude,
Hell yeah.
I've done a few of these, but like this is probably like the best one I've
Oh, I
done.
appreciate that, man. I love that feedback. I've been lucky enough. We've gotten some pretty similar feedback, and I do my best to make sure that it's not the run of the mill. So tell me about what's your favorite recipe to cook. You know what I mean? Like, I know you're probably sick and tired of telling the exact same story, so that's why things get a little bit weird. You know,
Yeah, it gets just repetitive, you know. It's like this is like it's cool because like we're getting to know each other, not just like our online personas. It's cool.
for sure. Hey, let me ask you this: what kind of glasses are those? I think some dudes' glasses would be fucking sick.
So these are actually Warby Parker and they're prescription. That's why I always keep them on.
Oh.
So people just think that I'm just like the douche that always has sunglasses on. No, it's I can't fucking see. Like that's it. I just can't see. So like it's easier for me to just have them on because they look real dark. But tell you the truth, like I wear these at night and like there's not really it doesn't on my end it's not dark.
It's not too
It's
dark for you, huh?
it's just keeping out like the UV rays, and it's good as farmers markets too because you can't tell if I'm looking at you. But if you make eye contact at these glasses, that's it. You're mine. That's I got you. Like,
Exactly.
but yeah, I
What
would
kind of car
love
do
to
you drive?
tell you the truth, bro. I love my turbocharged mom mobile.
What
Okay,
is
I got
it?
I got the 2.0 turbo Chevy Equinox like from
Nothing wrong with
bro.
that,
I
dude.
love it, bro. It's all-wheel drive, and I fly, bro. I love that thing so much. What
I
about you guys? What do
fucking
you guys
love the
drive?
Nick, you want to answer that real quick? Your fucking cool ass bat truck.
I got a 2016 Ram,
Hell yeah.
all black, and I got the logos. I did them the yellow from the '90s Batman
Oh,
that you would see
fuck
when the show
yes,
started.
bro.
So I call it the Bat Ram because I'm a complete nerd.
Dude, his truck is cool as shit though.
I
I do
appreciate
like his truck.
you.
It's all black, black on black. It's always hella clean. It's in amazing shape, and that thing just looks dope on the road.
My, so I
I
have the
appreciate
midnight
you.
version. So mine's black on black on black too.
Is it
It's like real,
really?
bro. It's pretty cool, bro. And I've honestly like I'll have a special place in my heart for it because it's like the first truck that I bought myself, like when the company started doing pretty good. So it's like I throw my shit in the back of it. I go on road trips with it. I just speed it enough where it doesn't break on me. I just hit 80,000 miles on it yesterday on the way to Montauk. So it's like I love that fucking thing, man.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah. Well, I'll answer your question, but it's honestly it's hard for me to answer the question without looking like a pretentious fucking asshole. So I'm just gonna preface it by saying that, and I'm not. That's not what it is. Keep in mind, I'm incredibly passionate about cars. I always have been. So currently, what we have is we have the new Bronco, really fucking
Yes.
fun, dope Bronco. It's a four-door Bronco with the hardtop. I have a Raptor, the
Oh,
Ford Raptor, F-150
fuck
Raptor.
yes,
That's
bro.
my truck. That's my truck. I'll never get rid of that thing. That was a dream truck of mine that I bought a few years ago, and I'll never get rid of it. I've had a lot of cool cars over the years, right? I love buying cars, a brand new car, building it up. I like to get a car right when it first comes out, make a ton of horsepower, make it look badass, and then sell it. And I've been able to work up a lot of relationships with these manufacturers of car parts so that I get like sponsorship deals to buy the car parts. I'm not really paying for the car parts. I build the cars up, sell it with a ton of value still left in it, and it's enabled me to like kind of one up, get the next coolest thing, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I've been doing that for a very long time now, and the only car I've ever regretted getting rid of was my truck. My last truck that I had was like a 2012 F-150 FX4. Got
Great
rid of that
truck.
thing, regretted it forever, and I put the Raptor in my mind like one day I'm gonna have one of these. And so I have that. That's my I'll never get rid of it truck. And then we also have a SRT Jeep, the Grand Cherokee, the V8
Yes.
SRT Jeep. Yeah,
I
that
flipped one of
one.
those.
My wife, she's in here, I'm sure. Hopefully she doesn't hear this, but that was also another dream vehicle of mine. I always wanted one forever. And I told my wife I want to get one. She's like, man, you don't fucking need that thing.
Yes, you
And then
do.
I was like, I did that fucking Uno reverse on her, and I was like, you know what? But you do. And so we got it for her. So that's her SRT Jeep that, is basically mine too now. So yeah, that's what we rock with. But some of my favorite cars I've ever owned was I had a Honda Civic Si, one of the recent ones. I had a 2020 Honda Civic Si, was a daily driver. I had a Ford Focus ST.
Yo,
These are both I
how
mentioned in
how fun is that ST to drive?
fucking amazing, bro.
Yup.
One of my favorite cars I've ever driven, dude.
Dude,
So fun.
my brother had one. I remember that. I had a Honda Civic too. I had a 2004
There you
SI. It was like the
go.
bubble one. I hated it.
You did really?
Yeah, because
Man.
the shifter was up here, man. It was
Oh,
weird. It was that weird
oh,
shifter.
okay.
Yeah. So
The one that I had, it was down in like your center console kind of a situation. I love those things, man. Little small four-cylinder turbo car. Those things
reliable,
bang,
fast.
very fast, very reliable. Not fast, but quick, right? Very quick
Yeah.
cars. It's like
Handles great.
handles amazing. It's like driving a go-kart,
Yep.
dude. And you can just get in and out very easily. I loved those cars. But I've had all kinds of cool shit, bro. I had a before the Raptor, I had a Charger Hellcat. I had that for a while. Built that thing up. That thing was badass. I kind of miss that car. I've had several Mustangs. I've had all kinds of cool shit. I like cars. I like fucking with them. I like building them. Taking like a entry level vehicle and turning it into something that like will kind of impress the young unk. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
me as a kid, I always used to just see cars go down the road and be like, "Whoa, that's fucking sick," and never imagine being able to have one. And I know I'm getting long winded, but I'll get to the end here. What kind of brought all this about originally was my wife and I, as high school sweethearts, we decided we're going to have a kid. This is a long time ago. This was in 2015. We said, hey, we're going to have a kid. We're not married yet, um, but we're going to have a baby. So let's go ahead and plan a wedding like really fast. We'll get married 6 weeks from right now because we're going to try to get pregnant. We want to get married before we have the baby. About 2 days after I gave her the ring, she got convinced by her mom, which is okay. Got convinced that you guys should wait to have kids. I was heartbroken. I felt like I lost my first unborn child, and like went down to the dealership and on instinct was like, I'm buying a new fucking truck, and felt saw the new Mustang, fell in love with it, and bought it right there on the spot. Complete and total impulse buy. And from that moment, like I just found like a new passion. I found a part of me that I'd never knew had existed, and that was like, you know just having something cool that when you pull into gas stations, people are like, dude, what is that? You know what I mean? I got addicted to that sense of people being like, dude, that's a cool fucking car, because I was always the kid that used to say, damn, that's a cool fucking car. That's a cool car. And when I had that sense and that feeling of having that cool car, I got hooked, man. I got hooked.
Yep.
And being in the car business, it's hard because you're right in front of them constantly. You're always enticed. I get to steal these fucking things. I paid so much less money for these vehicles than anybody has any right to pay for them. But it's only because I've broken my back in this business that I've been able to do it. So although they're cool cars, I haven't paid out the ass for them like you might think, and that's what's made it like affordable and justifiable, and the reason that I've had some of these cool cars and shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was so fucking
Nah,
long-winded
bro.
and
It was good
blowhardy.
though. Now we know that you love cars as much as you love barbecue. It's cool.
I really do, man. Cars, barbecue, and
Beer.
tattoo culture. That's my shit, dude.
Dude, yeah. I mean, I feel like that's every dude loves that stuff.
Yeah, man, for sure, for sure. What about you, man? So we kind of touched on it earlier about your hobbies and things, but what are the things that like make you tick? Maybe not so much things that you're in that you do, but what are the things that like you see that inspire you to just fucking be the coolest fucking dude you can be?
Bro, I'm a simple dude, man. Like everybody thinks that like the what you see online is like what I am all the time. I think that's why like I have such a hard time like dating because they think that that's me, bro. I'm once I'm home, dude. Dude, I love being home. Honestly, I love like flipping through like Netflix, like, and I love chilling, bro. I love my garden. I love my house, bro. I mean, I'm past that whole like going out and spending like shit ton of money, getting drunk until like 4 in the morning. I'm over that shit, bro. Like it's
Yeah.
like I'm a very simple person, which I don't think people understand that. Like it's like you don't get to see like the actual person. You only get the dude, which is kind of funny. But I mean, I don't really like. Dude. I can't. I'm a simple person, bro. I love the Jets, no matter how much they suck, bro. I love the Yankees. I hate the Mets. It's like I love hockey, bro. I'm a simple guy, bro. I really am.
So on a Wednesday night, you're coming home, you finished up, you had a good day, productive day, you're just trying to unwind. What's your guilty pleasure? Like you're gonna go throw on the TV. Let's say there's no games playing. Obviously you like sports, but
Yeah.
there's no games on. What are you gonna throw on that like maybe you're somewhat ashamed to admit that you would watch?
Ashamed to
Not,
watch,
not
or
ashamed,
maybe
but you know what a guilty pleasure is, right?
yeah. I mean, I don't think I really have too many of those. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I, so my buddy's on The Bachelor, so I've been watching The Bachelor,
Okay,
but
that's
I don't have to
cool.
watch it. he just got eliminated, so I don't have to watch it anymore. But my buddy Brian was on 2 episodes, so I guess that was my last guilty pleasure. But like I like more like drama stuff, more like that show with Jeremy Renner that's on right now. Have you guys seen that one?
No, not a Jeremy Renner show. Later, Nick. Thank you so much, my
Later,
brother.
Nick. It's on Paramount Plus.
Oh,
Mayor of Kingstown, bro. It's
oh, okay,
awesome,
okay. I've come across that
dude.
because we
It
were
is,
binge watching that Yellowstone like offsuit series. So
yeah, dude.
I saw on
Yellowstone is
that. That was a good
good.
series.
It is amazing,
Is
bro.
it over? Are you done with it, or is it
It's
like
in the third season. It's Mayor of Kingstown. I'll give you a rundown of what it is. Basically, he is like a lawyer that basically runs the prison. So Kingstown, all their only source of income in this little town is through the prison. So like everybody either works for the prison or has a family member in the prison. So it all revolves around the prison, and he's controlling everything uh as far as like the gangs and getting everybody like so there's no wars. It's a very well written show. It's another show by Taylor Sheridan. Everything that he does
oh,
is
no
awesome.
way.
Yeah, everything that Taylor Sheridan does is awesome.
It
He
really
did
is.
that. Bro, he did that. He also did this other show called Lioness. Have you seen that one?
No, I've only known it like the Yellowstone series.
Bro, Zoe Saldana and she's like the CIA operative, and she's training like another um girl to go like undercover and like get close to marks and stuff. It's a really well written show as
No,
well. That
really.
Mayor of Kingstown is awesome. Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone is
He wrote
awesome. He wrote that
that
one as
too?
well. Yeah.
No way. All right. So he's been going ham then. Okay.
Yeah, dude, and you'll see a lot of like the same characters in all the shows. Not the characters, but the same people. You'll recognize some of them. It's just everything that he does is very well written. I'm a big fan of his work. I really
I
am.
I've found myself to be a massive fan of his work too, between the three of the Yellowstone series, but I didn't know he wrote these other ones. I was aware of Tulsa King, right? The Sylvester Stallone
Dude,
one.
it's
We
awesome.
touched on it earlier, the famous people in the contact list. My great grandma used to be neighbors with Jackie Stallone, Sylvester Stallone's mom,
What?
right? Out, yeah, in Fort Lauderdale. They lived in the same complex. So I never met Sylvester Stallone, but I met Frank Stallone multiple times. Um, just fun fact right there. Yeah, crazy, right? But
That's
Tulsa
cool.
King, that was an awesome show too.
Dude, I think Mayor of Kingstown might be my favorite show right now. But Tulsa King, it was only one season. It's just like Sylvester Stallone hasn't done anything that good in a long
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
This show is fucking awesome. It makes you
No,
love him again.
no shit.
Yeah, it
I'm
just
in
it,
then.
but like for real, like just the way that it's written, the way that he presents himself, and like just it's awesome. It-
Did you? Oh, my son just said right there. I also met Mike Tyson. I did meet Mike
Yo,
Tyson.
who do you got in that fight with Jake Paul tomorrow?
Great question. We're watching it. I'm a big fight fan, or no? Did you not know that?
I did not know that, but I
All
am
right.
too.
I'm a diehard fight fan fanatic. Right, my entire life, martial arts has been like a big pivotal piece of my whole life. Um, Jake Paul, I think he gets too much hate. I don't think he gets the respect that he deserves, and I think this fight is the one that's going to put him in. I think it's going to give him the respect that he truly deserves because he's fighting a true prime fighter. Mike Perry is absolutely in his prime right now.
Bro, Mike
Um,
Perry is a beast, and he can take a punch and he can throw a fucking punch.
100%. The only thing though is Jake Paul is significantly bigger than him. I know Mike Perry has put on some weight. He weighed in at 196 today. He's genuinely smaller than Jake Paul. If you think about it, Jake Paul cut weight to hit 200 pounds today. Mike Perry stacked the weight and got up to
Yeah,
196. So I'm expecting Mike Perry to be a little bit slower than normal because he's added on that weight and he's also wearing bigger gloves than what he typically wears. And Jake Paul is not a slouch, right? I know the popular thing is to hate on him and all that shit, but I have nothing negative to say about his fight style. and the way that he's been carrying his career. When you look at how other boxers are brought up along the ranks, Jake Paul has faced higher adversity than most boxers have. I would love for Mike Perry to win this fight. I hope Mike Perry wins this fight, but I won't be surprised if Jake Paul wins the fight. Um, I don't expect a knockout on either end. I think it's going to end up going to the decision, and I hope Mike Perry wins it. But I can't call a winner on this one.
So the only thing that I would say is if it doesn't go to a decision, I think that Perry might get gassed. And I
Yeah,
only say that because bare knuckle is 3 3-minute rounds, correct?
bare knuckle is 2 minute rounds. Bare knuckle
Okay.
is 2 minute rounds.
And
Yes, sir.
how many rounds? Do they go 5? Right, nothing
Five
more than that.
5 rounds, 2 minute rounds. Yep.
And this is a 12-round fight.
This is an 8 round fight, I believe. 8 rounds, 2 minutes a round, with 10 ounce gloves.
Okay, that's not traditional boxing rules. Isn't traditional boxing 3-minute rounds?
Correct. Exactly right. Exactly right.
Okay, I mean, I do think that
I could be
the
wrong though. I might be wrong on that stat about it being 2 minute rounds. For whatever reason, I thought I saw it was 2 minute rounds. Someone
I
correct me if you know better in the comments on there.
So I agree with you 100% about the Jake Paul heat, but you know what? Like the kid has made his career to get eyes on him, and it's either I'm gonna get eyes on me because you love me, or it's because you hate me. Either way, he puts asses in seats.
Yeah, he
Okay.
does.
That being said, the last few years, the kid has the money to train with the best people in the world. He has no option but to be awesome. There's no
Yeah,
excuses. He's got more money than fucking God. All he has to do is basically in kitchen terms, head down, knife sharp.
yeah.
All he has to do is keep his head down and fucking work. And he's a great athlete. He was a wrestler as well, right? Him and
Correct. He
Logan
was,
Paul were.
but nothing. He wasn't an All American or anything like that, though. I think a lot of that wrestling
Yeah, but
gets
it's
overstated. Yeah,
but it still conditioned him his whole life.
for
He
sure.
wrestled in college, so he's put in the work to be a good superior athlete, and now he's learning a new craft. And the kid, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it, bro. Like I hated on him for the longest time, but he's continuously proved me wrong. I kind of think that he got robbed in that fight with
Fury.
yeah, I kind of think that he got robbed.